it's Jenna. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now. And it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce, especially with older children, because you make all your friends when they're younger, or at least I did. I met my friends mostly through my kids' activities. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I took them to practices. I went to school, all that stuff. Hey, it's me.
No, she is not AI. She just got a weird looking face. But 23 years married, and she's trying to adjust to being divorced. Now she's about to talk about her triggers, and her triggers are going to trigger me. You'll hear them.
It's me, Jenna. Recently divorced and trying to survive this year. I'm gonna be honest. The random things that trigger me are the craziest things. I'm sitting in my car, literally sitting in my car, trying to.
Why she got Taylor Swift? Like she got bad blood with her ex, and she's about to go in on her ex because of her life decisions.
To pull myself together because I did what any mom does, and I pulled an emergency drive to my daughter because she needed something, and drove an hour because she's at college to drop something off, and was just so thankful that I could do it for her and fit her in my schedule. And the littlest thing she said just triggered me. And this is the second time in a week that my child has triggered me without even meaning to. So we're getting ready to leave, and she's like, well, I'll be home because I'm going to be at the Clemson Notre Dame game because Dad's going to take us all. You think that's nothing, right? Nothing, right? And it instantly, she instantly saw a switch in me. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Because, I don't talk about that stuff. I don't want her to worry. So last week she says, oh, well, Dad said for Christmas we're gonna go to Gatlinburg and be there for the holidays and do Dollywood. That man never once ever went to Gatlinburg or Dollywood ever in his entire life before he met me.
You see, she like, Dad doing all this fun shit. Yeah. Now he don't got to worry about you squashing his plans or impeding his plans. He's like, oh yeah, I'm doing all this fun stuff with my kids. While you on the internet crying, while you on the internet throwing dirt on my name, talking about how I never did this. That's when you just be like, shut up, bitch. That's why he's more happier divorced than he was when he's with you, doing all the things he wanted to do with the kids without you there nagging. She probably was a nag though, right?
That was where my family always went. I'm from Tennessee. That's something we always did. It was a bonding thing. And now that's what he's trying to do. It's like he's taken every single tradition I've ever done and now turned it into his. Everything I've ever done. Now I find myself triggered because during the hardest time of my year last year, of me literally trying to stay alive, me dealing with all the
sounds like a little bit of depression. Hey, she divorced her husband. She got depression. She mad that he's carrying on family traditions with their kids.
Craziness of my ex, the lying, the alienation, him calling me a whore, him having my children call me a whore. Why? Not because I did anything bad, because I wore spaghetti straps and all that. And the only way that he could use my children against me was to say I was on social media. I'm a photographer. I make silly TikToks. Honestly, I'll probably progress more with my TikToks because at first they were just pictures. But the more I was stressed, the more I hid in myself, the more I tried to survive, the more I took refuge in TikToks. And
hey, this is what happens. Sometimes you have women who get divorced and then they just go and vent on TikTok because they're going to get a lot of validation, a lot of male attention, a lot of sympathy, a lot of hang in there's, a lot of you got this, you go girl, your husband's a butthole and this, that, and the third. So there are some who will flock to the internet to farm sympathy and farm simps.
Finding stuff that, resonated with me. And honestly, it's the way I realized what a covert narcissist was, or how bad my abuse was, or mental abuse, or financial abuse, and all that stuff. Like, literally, TikTok has saved my life in so many ways.
Now he's a covert narcissist who was a financial abuser. You see this shit? All because he's doing fun things with his kids that they used to do as a family.
Who would think, Mom, we're going to Gatlinburg for Christmas, would trigger me? This man's had at least 3 vacations in the past year to like really nice places with my children.
With his children. They're his children too, ma'am. They're his children too, with your children, with y'all children, right? They become so possessive after divorce. They're like, oh, it's my child. Like, bitch, it's y'all child, not yours, y'all.
At least 3 that I know of, because he has them lie to me. He has them outright lie to me about so much stuff. So who knows? God knows what they've done. And then the holidays and all that. Now my triggers are, oh, he gets to just go and take my kids to the Notre Dame and Clemson game. I wish I could do that. I can't afford to do that.
Dog, I can't afford to go on vacation right now. I still owe my lawyer some bread. You know what I'm saying? And I go this new person like $1,000. I'm gonna, maybe 2026 is gonna be my year to go out. Maybe take my daughter somewhere nice outside of a hotel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the super chats in a second.
Why? Because he screwed me. He lied about owning a company, and there's ways to prove it. I'm trying to be happy and.
Translation: she didn't get as much money as she thought she was gonna get in the divorce. So now he, quote unquote, he screwed her because he had a company she, quote unquote, didn't know about. So she didn't get to bust that down.
Show my kids that like life can move on, but the triggers, the random fucking triggers that have me sitting in a Quick Trip parking lot.
Him being a good dad triggers her. Like, that's what she said. He's a good dad. I'm triggered. Bitch, get help. Get help.
Trying not to cry. Why? Because my ex has so much money. He makes more than $18,000 a month easily, or at least he did. He made almost $1 million the year before we divorced and then lied about it. He is
good for him.
I got money.
Good for him. Look, she's mad she didn't get as much money as she thought she was going to get out the divorce. She like, oh my God, after we divorced, he still had money to take our kids on vacation because he lied to me, guys. I'm a victim here. You just like, my God.
Shut up, bitch.
has all the money at his fingertips to do whatever he wants, to buy my children, take them on trips, take them on vacations. Why I literally have the bare minimum to pay my bills on top of trying to restart a career because it was a hobby, because I was a stay-at-home mom. And now I sit here with the triggers. A fucking trigger because he's going to the Clemson Notre Dame game with my kids. I can't just randomly afford that. Hell, I can't even get them all in the same room at the same time.
Damn.
So I sit here and I'm going to get through this trigger. I'm going to suck it up, buttercup.
So let's just be real
and
here.
I'm move on. But it's not fair. Like, it's not fair. I'm pissed.
That man was able to.
Okay, so clearly there's she regrets getting divorced. That's the obvious. But she has some mental issues that she really needs to work on, because the fact that him being a good father and spending time with y'all kids during his parenting time triggers you, that should be a huge red flag for you to go get help. And if you're getting help now, that shit ain't working. It ain't working. And this is way more common than, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm without my husband. Nah, he built himself back up. He taking way more trips, and your photography business ain't what you thought it was going to be. So you TikToking your little feelings away. Women, if you married and you got a decent husband, stay with that ninja. Unless he beating you across the head or smashing women on the side with no Roski. Stay with your husband. It's cold out here. It's cold out here. But she going to have to learn the hard way, guys. Let me know what you guys think of Becky over here going through her triggers by her ex-husband just being a good father. And I'll see you next video. Peace.